I say, I am Napoleon. I am Emperor. Heard it!
So I will also start recording right now, so there we go. What's up YouTube, this is Unicornattack for TotalWarEdict, and over here we are at the BETA 25 call-out tournament. Napoleon Total War, BulgarianSoldier hosted this one, and we're also streaming at the same time. So let's go over the army composition of Counter as first. He has a TotalWarEdict de Madrid, some cav units over on the center on the ridge. Then for his normal units he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 light infantry. Then for his normal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fusiliers. Then his cavalry, what's that? Corazones Españoles. And one more, Corazones Españoles. And one more Lanceros. And his general is Jean-Con Blackiolle or something. Why don't you just call them Zero? And some Walloon guards, 2 of them. For Tom, I already mentioned it for the stream, but I will just mention it again. He has 1 to 6, 6 German Fusilier in total, then 4 Grenzers, a Landwehr, then a Windbuchjägers, a Archduke Charles Legion, a Czech regiment, and a Emperor's Own. His cavalry composed of 1 Hungarian Hussars and 3 Uhlans cavalry with a general staff. Already Tom is moving forward with his German Fusilier over on the right side and shooting into the Cazadores Voluntaires de Madrid. And my god, my Spanish is bad. But we're moving forward. Why don't you just take the Dutch faction? That will be much easier for myself. But we're moving forward. Some Fusiliers over on the left side for Counter. He's moving to the right side of Tom with all his Fusilier units, and he's making a new line. Already got some shots with his Grenzers into the Fusilier line of Counter. I think of a micro mistake by Counter, but he's moving now forward his light infantry over on the ridge. It seems that the ridge has been captured by Counter in the first step. Good job by Counter over here. His general is pretty far away. I don't know why maybe he's scared to use his general counter to this, because he's moving his general far too much back, and he has the cover of the ridge, so he can move forward pretty easy. Tom is at the same time going over on the left flank and is moving forward with his Archduke Legion and his Czech regiment, and he's even running with them, so maybe try and get some early stage advantages over on the ridge. And he has some good army position over here. He has good line of sight with his Archduke Legion, as well as his Czech regiment and his Emperor's Own. Looking over on the right side, it seems that the ridge being captured by Counter. Counter really needs to go forward and maybe try and skirmish with his light infantry, although the first shot will always be for these Jaeger units by Tom, and he has just miles away to to kite back. So it's just of a standoff at the moment. There's some cavalry movement. There's some cavalry going to the left side of Tom, left flank. He's also moving a Grenzer over on that side. Good choice to move that over there. Just my opinion. And then over to the right side of Counter. He's also moving some cavalry, some Corazones Españoles, and a Lanceros. I like this Spanish pronounce. Alright. So these Fusiliers over on the right side, the German Fusilier of Tom, aren't really doing so much standoff with the Fusiliers of Counter. It's stats wise the Fusiliers of Austria, which is Tom, is much better, but with this forest cover and this high terrain advantage, will be quite even, I think, if it compares to a line fight at this moment on this ground. So Tom is using his Windberg-Jäger's movement to the other side, which gives some room to maneuver with the light infantry by Counter, and he's moving that right now. He's moving further on the right side by Tom. These light infantry trying to shoot, and Tom is moving back with some German Fusilier at this moment. He sees the flanking by Counter over on the right side. Good shots in the back. Already killed 9 men over there. And a charge over on the center with a Uhlans cavalry into the light infantry by Counter. Counter isn't microing them at the moment. He's more captured by the cavalry over on the right side. I can't cover that right now. But he's moving right now back. Yeah, Counter is moving back. He's shooting into the Uhlans cavalry with his Fusilier, which are making his second line. Better should have been a counter charge of the cavalry. But, oh, nice, a cav charge, a Lanceros de Castellos moving into the side flank of the German Fusilier. And that's a bit too late. Tom isn't microing that at the good time. But he's microing his German Fusilier, second Fusilier into the square formation. At the same time, Counter again moving forward with his light infantry, retreated from the Uhlans cavalry and can shoot again. These cavalry of Counter are gone, shamefully enough. It was a good charge, and now he has his Fusilier units lined up against the German Fusilier, so we will see who will win. Although Tom has a cav unit, a Hungarian Hussars in the back to help him. At the left flank of Tom, he is moving forward with his Grenzers, shooting at the flank of these light infantry. Already lost 7 men from Counter, and Counter isn't really focusing over his right, he's just moving back. But he's really proceeding over on his left side, Counter that is. But he's now into square formation, and he will get shot by these German Fusiliers, so he's in a very bad position at this stage. Counter is moving, so Coraceros Españoles to his left side, as well as a Cazador Fortaleza de Madrid. Man, I should stop with that, I think. Moving to his left side and is shooting into the flanks. But there is a cavalry in the back, and German Fusiliers in the back lines of the Fusiliers of Counter, and is now getting a back charge in these Fusiliers, which makes it to rout. So these Fusilier units, 51 men strong, will rout. Shamefully, well, man, Tom is also shooting his own cavalry, and there goes the line infantry units, the Fusilier. He's now charging into the back side of these Fusilier of the Spanish player Counter, and which also makes it to rout. So the right flank is quite easily won by Tom. Well, it's not won yet, but he's really going forward and is really winning in my point of perspective. Over on the left side of Tom, he is kiting with his Windberg-Jägers, but getting back shots from the Walloon guards. So he's moving them back right at the good time, although he had some losses with his Windberg-Jägers. But these Walloon guards, I don't really know if they're strong. I think they're the strongest units by the Spanish player. And he's moving them back. But I think he will get overwhelmed by all the units of Tom. And Tom is counter-charging these Walloon guards with a Uhlans cavalry. Nice movement order over there. Getting a good charge into these Walloon guards. Really making the lines of Tom of Counter in a bit of disarray. And man, he might have got a charge into the general. Almost Jacquin, Blake, Lowens are in the back, bad position. At the same time, over on the center, these Grenzers of Tom are winning the fight against the light infantry of Counter. Just stats wise they are better. Tom is moving forward. The cavalry is gone for Tom, but still looking at, let's count the cavalry of Tom. Tom has just 1 cavalry left, and German Hussars at 60 men, so they're not really strong. And just count the cavalry of Counter. He still has a Cazador Españoles over his left. Then 1 more. So it's 2, 3, so even 4 cavalry still left, and the Lanceros now moving to the right side. Kinda interesting what he will do with that. Let's move in a bit closer view. And he's moving them forward, maybe trying to counter charge, but Tom sees this action and is counter charging with his Uhlans cavalry. Is going into square formation with his Archduke Legion. So these Lanceros units will not hold, and already lost 10 men before they even reached the Uhlans cavalry of Tom. and this is easily one for Tom. These Cazadores Voltanas de Madrid are also shooting cavalry as well as the guerrilla cav, and can shoot in the flanks of these Austrian Legion. So these Austrian Legion are in a square formation but will get shot by these cavalry, so good choice by counter over there. Let's see, over on the center there's still some fight with the light infantry, but it's looking really good for Tom. This is more of a standoff, but in the forest these units are still standing great, and it seems that the counter is fleeing to the forest to go and get the best possible kills to compete with these Granders. But Tom is really moving forward over on his left and is really winning. But I think he needs more lines over on his left, so he might have just need one more German Fusilier over on his left side in order to win this more easy, more quick, so he can envelop his enemy. There is a cav unit into the center. These Corredores Españoles are in the center and are charging right now these Czech regiment. A good charge over here, but there is a Emperor zone in the back, and he's also he's going forward. This means that counter is really focusing over to the Windbuch Jägers. Nice charge over here, but these Emperor's own will prevent the Corredores Españoles for killing a lot of men. So there's still 80 men left, and will go right now in my opinion. That's it. So the general is even moving to the left, the general staff of Tom. On the right side Tom is moving back. His Grenzers can't win the fight with the light infantry of counter when they have forest cover. This is pretty interesting. How many men is left? 72. That's a pretty powerful unit still. Then what's over here is 59 and one more. Let's see it. I think one more, maybe it's routed. Yeah, I think it's routed. So looking at the Grenzers of Tom, 48 and 42, and one is routed. For 36 men routed, so it seems that the light infantry wise counter is moving on a better perspective on his right side. And now Tom is moving one of his German Fusilier to the left side, trying to help his left flank, because all of these units are back for counter. Still he has so much cavalry, it's kinda annoying for Tom to win easy. But his Austrian Legion coming back from routing. Although there is some cavalry, a Corredores and Voltanes are now trying to charge into these Austrian Legion, I think. No, they're moving back. They might get one shot off. Yeah, the Austrian Legion of Tom get one shot off into these cavalry, and he's even counter charging with Hungarian Fusiliers, so he really wants to get rid of all the cavalry of counter. I think one unit is getting out of ammo. This Czech regiment's out of ammo and charging these balloon guards. But with this cavalry in the back, I think Tom will go for a back charge into these balloon guards, and that will maybe rout these balloon guards, and will turn the tide for these Czech regiments. So Tom is moving forward with his Windbuch Jägers and his Grenzers at the moment, trying to shoot into the balloon guards and these Fusilier units. And there we go, there goes the balloon guards, 82 men left, so maybe with a back charge it will not. No, the Czech regiment are losing the game, 27 men left. And these cavalry from counter, which are shooting right now on the flanks, will help these balloon guards to keep their morale high. These Uhlans cavalry of Tom might go into the Corredores Madrid units of counter. And he's doing that right now. Nice charge by the Uhlans cavalry. They must have it from the charge, and do they have a good charge? Kind of poor, but killed still around 4 men. But with the help by his German Fusilier, he should win this battle. So there's still one Corredores Españoles for counter left on the battlefield. So where first 4 cav units were still alive, are now just 1 cav unit alive. It's important for Tom to leave 1 cavalry behind, but he is charging further with Uhlans cavalry, but still he has a Hungarian Fusilier left. Oh, a nice charge into the Jägers from Tom, counter charging with his Corredores Españoles, a very good charge, killed around 20 men maybe into that charge, no not 20, 10 men, and now he's just covering the charge. He's just putting through the charge into the Emperor zone. Good charge over here. Really getting Tom out of position, and has even routed the Jaegers. Over on the center there is a charge by some Fusilier units into German Fusilier. I don't really know stats wise we will win, but it seems that the counter is in a high uphill position, so that will maybe make a change. The Fusilier counter is at 91 men and Tom at 78, so really going into the tie of the counter, even in red moral. So these Fusilier units of German Fusilier unit Tom will not win, and they're routed right now, but they might come back because they still have 58 men left in the army. Oh, the left flank of Tom just collapsed. What happened? Whole left flank is gone. Where's the general where you need it? I think the general just went. Where's the gen? I don't know where the general is. Is that the general? I don't know, but the whole left flank of Tom just collapsed, and oh man, what happened? Jesus, I think the general. Where's the general of Tom? I think that one. I think counter killed the general of Tom, and now all the units were just a mass rout over on his left side, and it seems that counter, which still has a cavalry unit left, is now following up all the German Fusilier units, Landwehr and these Grenzers, and will really shatter them. So over on the right side, is the only thing Tom can do at this stage is charging the right side of the left side of counter right now and try to make a new flank, because counter is really separated right now, so it really needs to do a thing right at this stage. Looking at the power bar, it's not looking good for Tom at the moment. It's not looking good, but we will see. If he's moving, he's going to the left side. I don't agree with what he's doing right now, but I think he should have just charged the center over here and take the best out of that, because all the units are in a yeah, they're far away. So when you can charge the center, you might be winning that flank, and that will maybe change the odds. Whoa, what a I didn't expect that. These corridors Españoles from counter are not chasing. Are they chasing? No, they're shooting, I think. I think he really wants to shoot. Oh, there they go. They're now chasing. So it's certain that Tom will not get these units back at all. Whoa, what a turn! Bit speechless at the moment. So Tom is making two flanks, but with too few units to guard his flanks, he can't win. And he really needs these German Fusilier and these Granders over on the right side in order to win. So they're a little bit maneuvering, but if counter will just easily wait till he got Tom where he wants him, more spread out, guarding two flanks, Tom really won't need to avoid that position. So yeah, I'm looking right now at the stream. Tom is moving forward with some units, but he's just standing there and might get the best flank. So I think he's waiting for counter to attack, and counter will only attack when he has the best position. So he will just piecemeal by him, like he's doing right now. He's sending a Fusilier unit 104 men strong versus the Grenzers, and these Grenzers are just doomed. At the same time, he's moving his units over on the left flank of Tom, highly forward, as well as the right side. A good timed attack over here. He had left over in that force a Fusilier unit of 102 men, a light infantry of 32, another light infantry of 59, and a Fusilier unit of 116. And there goes one unit of Tom. A Grenzers is gone, and as well these Grenzers will also be gone quite quickly. So Tom is moving back, trying to get a new line, but against all these units it will not help. And with the cavalry of counter still alive, it will be hard. It will be really hard. How late is it? Alright. So we're almost done, I think. Shamefully enough, Tom is not winning this game, but I think he did a pretty good job. He needed a few more units over on his left flank, and I think the general did it. So the general is important in the end, especially in the end games by Napoleon. It's really important. So Tom is positioning his German Fusilier units towards these Fusilier units of counter, and now he will get side shot by these Walloon guards. And these Walloon guards are really powerful, man. 27 men still alive, no routing even in green moral. So Tom is going into a melee attack of German Fusilier units. There are still 3 German Fusilier units alive at 74, 39 and a German Fusilier at 86. So they are now going 2 units into melee. I think they're out of ammo, and maybe that's why he didn't want to charge forward like I suggested. And there we go, the last final charge, the last heroic charge by Tom. He did a very good job, very good micro, but shamefully enough his left flank routed. But a very good game by counter indeed. It's just very epic. These two are from both in the same clan. They already meet in a lot of tournaments and finals almost, because I think they're one of the best players in Napoleon Total War. With Talkor, I think it's Talkor, which is also a very good player, and HMM Skipper. But they really are making the game much more fun for Napoleon, and really are the game changers over here. So the final unit, the German Fusilier, is standing. How many? 55 men left, and will be game. Over on the right side there is some cavalry coming back, some Granzers and 2 Granzers, but this cavalry will deal with that with the final charge. So nice charge by counter, really good game by counter. And there goes the last units. Tom, there's still a Fusilier, 46 men. And I think he will, with his cavalry, he will follow these Granzers through. They are finally dead. And that's the game. Good game. Let's see the deployment. Tom surprisingly deployed more men. 1803. Counter in 1788. Kills. Tom killed 1116 and counter 1104. So surprisingly, kill wise, Tom killed more units, but counter deployed less. So it's pretty interesting how this went. But this just the mass wavering did it all. So I can say that counter won this tournament. It's a Beta Napoleon Flash tournament, Beta Call Tournament 25, hosted by BulgarianSoldier. Very good hosting by BulgarianSoldier. Thank you again. Really appreciate it. We will keep the beta tournament things alive. If you like what I'm doing, please rate, comment, subscribe to my channel. Click on this button over here, TotalWarEdict.com, and I hope to see you all next time. So thank you all.